the live virtual constructive allows you to do is it enables you to stretch the Marine Expeditionary Brigade, so we can fight over a greater piece of terrain on a map, and it's simulated, of course, it's constructive, but that's the first thing that I would say it does. It also allows you to tailor the training to meet certain objectives, so you can have people that are sort of behind the curtain who can do things to you through the virtual and constructive world that you might not otherwise be able to do.
Our primary goal for General Tulin was that common operational picture. He wanted to say, can I see my virtual sims on that common operational picture? Normally the Marine Corps runs their MAGTF exercises with things like EBTWAs. By tying in virtual sim devices, we're able to pull every track off those systems and get it to a common operational picture.
Important part of what we're doing out here at LVC-14 is integrating this stuff, but then also we're taking assessments. So we have folks, some human performance people, some specialists from NavAir, and they're out here, and after every Marine runs through a mission or a scenario, they give them some training forms. Hey Marine, did you feel like you were involved in the scenario? Did you feel like you were actually driving? And then, everything isn't perfect, right? So hey, then what didn't you like? How can we help you improve the system or improve your interconnection or enhance the scenario or the technology to give you a better experience? So I believe it's kind of incumbent upon us as the training department to use it to train Marines. There's one thing, is technology is one thing, but my focus, why am I out here? I'm out here to train Marines. Okay, and if I can use these technologies to help train Marines better or more efficiently, then that's the charter I have from the commanding general. Right? It's going to be about 15,000 people or so, 3 battalions, a big regiment, all that. Well, we don't have the maneuver space. We don't have the actual land or the active forces to be able to bring all those guys into an exercise of that size. So what it gives to the MEB is, the MEB commander, when he looks at his common operational picture, his chart on the wall, it actually feels like he's maneuvering all those forces. He feels like he has a full Marine Air Group back at Miramar to support him, where in reality, he doesn't have those because they're committed to other missions. So it gives the MEB the ability to actually exercise at the full capability without being constrained by assets or land or anything like that. The MEB now is getting its training just like it has all these forces out here, and then you have certain selected elements that are doing live, certain other selected doing virtual. It all kind of combines to train the MEB. The big thing with the MEB, the middleweight fighting force is, and near peer, is, we can't afford to train like we're in a static position. A lot of our operations in Afghanistan and Iraq, Marines get into a certain deployment rotational cycle, right? We need to be prepared to respond to crises throughout the globe. So as part of a MEB, we could either be coming off of amphibious shipping, or we get flown in to an objective area or to a country to enable a bigger force. So you need to be flexible. We need to be able to do operations all the way from near peer competitor, like we're trying in this exercise, down to humanitarian assistance or disaster relief. So a Marine part of the MEB, he really needs to be well-rounded. He's not going to go to a forward operating base and just drive convoy routes that 6, 8, 10 other units for the past 5 years have driven right before him. He's going to a new country where the MEB hasn't been before to go define those convoy routes himself. They actually have to do planning based on, hey, this is a new scenario, this is a new place to go. Support, we gave them a medevac, they're interacting with a forward air controller, they're being stimulated at a rapid pace, and then they love it. The more action, the better.
So it's
very much like a video game. So people will say, how do you replicate an immersive environment, with a laptop and a headset? It's really kind of a mindset. So, they use systems like this out at MOTS 1. I don't know if you're familiar out there to train. So it's a Marine Aviation Tactics Squadron 1. And you get immersed.